catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul, the win the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by my guy, came back from a long vacation to get on my motherfucking nerves, Ant Donardo. Ant, how you doing today, my boy? I'm going to George. George, we welcome in the Thunder from down under. Hey, they had him for Queen and Country in the game the last time, so you had to come represent for Wales. The boy George. George, how you doing today?
Doing good. We're doing good.
Don't care. We got my boy looking like Iron Man himself. The boy Stone down there. Stone, how you doing today, my boy?
I'm doing amazing, bro.
Don't care. And of course, we got the motherfucking member of the Cain gang joining us. My boy, the Cain of the calculator, a.k.a. him. The boy TJ. TJ, how you doing today?
Hey, man, we doing good, man. We doing good. They got the dub, you feel me? So we feeling good today, bro.
I'm glad you got that out quick, because if you had said 2-3 more words, I would have told your ass, I don't care how y'all feel. I don't care how nobody feel out here.
How you doing today,
We're going to win the title. We are winning the title. Fuck is you talking about? We are winning the fucking championship. All right? 120-116 in overtime over Boston. Jimmy Butler is that thing. Okay? Look, this game was a lot of different shits. Okay? It was a lot going on in this game. At times, it looked like every other game, and at times, it looked like something totally different. Offense still was stagnant at times. The ball moved at other times. We got a lot from Kyle. We got a lot from Tyler. We got a lot from Bam. We got a lot from Jimmy. We get nothing else from nobody else on the roster. But this is one of the games. This is the Heat's best win of the season. This is the Heat's best win of the season. So before I start letting you guys talk about what you thought in the game, we want to thank Prop by Pack TV with the 199 Dono. What's up, basement boy? Cain gang. He said, this is our chip. You know it. So when I say we winning the fucking championship, that means we just won it, bitch. Take it for what it is. Adam Rodriguez, thank you for the $5 Dono. He said, y'all said Jimmy wasn't going to make a difference. I was wrong. Okay.
I never said those words.
Hey, listen. In my narrative, nobody ever said that. Belitsky Pierre, thank you for the 199 Dono. He said, Heat big 3 stepped up. No, fuck is you talk about? The Heat big 4. We had 4 scores with 20 or better tonight. So we're going to start with the black man on the panel. TJ, give me your thoughts on the whole game.
Man, it was looking rough in that first half. It was a real get it out the mud game. The shit was looking real pitiful. I didn't even know if we would hit 80 points tonight. And then that second half happened, and the offense was still in the mud, but Jimbo started making stuff, and Tyler was hitting threes, and Bam Adebayo still was Bam Adebayoing. Hey man, I don't know, but look at that fadeaway Jimbo. Hey man, that was fun, bro. That was fun. I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually enjoy watching the Miami Heat play basketball. But today was fun, man. Today was fun as I don't know what. Good to see Jimbo back. Good to see Bam Adebayo still be able to be aggressive. A lot more in the second half than the first half, but still be able to play his game. Tyler Herro making shots. Kyle Lowry doing things. Haywood Highsmith. UD. But that's besides the point. It was a fun game.
No, for sure. Like, look, the boy shameless Highsmith for whatever he was or was not on offense. He was all right on defense now. He was all right out there on defense. He was doing his stuff and things, and he closed the game. Caleb wasn't so great, you know what I mean? So Spo went to an alternative, and it worked out. Don't you dare put no shameless Highsmith highlight. Ooh, shit. Boy. Okay, that was great. But the rest of this game wasn't all that. Stone, I'm going to get to you. Talk about your thoughts from the game tonight.
Man, I mean, it's just, for me as a Heat fan, it's always a good feeling when I see Jimmy Butler out on the court. And I remember what that feeling felt like tonight. And honestly, it was I must have texted 100 people before the game telling them, like, take the Celtics tonight. This is one of those games where the rest of the guys go hide in the corner because Jimmy's back. And that just wasn't the case tonight. It was cool to see Bam still pressing the issue. And, you know, like you said, it's he stopped pushing it less in the second half, but that's because he started doing other things more that they needed them to do. He was really, I mean, we're tired of seeing him set screens, but he set some really important screens down the stretch there, just as we expect him to do. And it was really good to see that, you know, 1-3, 2-2 chemistry really clicking tonight.
Yeah. So I agree with what you're saying partially. There was still
I know the first thing I'm doing when I hop off here is I'm going to go shave my freaking face.
That looked more like me than Stone, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie.
No, for sure. Look at you. You done it. You did it. Your name is fucking nasty. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game, bro.
Listen, dog. I don't care that we under 500. I don't care that we John Moran dropped 50 on Monday. I don't care. I hate that goddamn Boston Celtic team. I hate every single person on that roster outside of Jaylen Brown, who was the one cooking tonight. But this win was fun, man. You saw everything you wanted to see. You telling me we got Jimmy Butler back and the man Bam still almost dropped 30 points, almost took 20 shots? That is my absolute favorite thing that we saw today. And not even just that. You saw an efficient Tyler game. You saw Lowry drop 20 plus. You saw some UD minutes, which I seem to be the only one that still likes seeing my boy out there. I just like seeing the old dude get some run. It's funny to me. I'm not saying it's good for basketball.
That's not run. That's run down.
It's good comedy.
That's ran. That's past tense.
He gets ran past all of that. But that's still my boy. So it's nice seeing the old guy get out there and get a couple jogs up and down the court. But you saw everything you wanted to see when Brown hit that shot. Yeah, it sucked, but I was excited, man. It felt like some playoff intensity basketball. I have not given a damn about a single Heat game this year until tonight. So it was fun to finally get excited about something again. And it's not, I don't think it's going to change nothing, but it could. If it was ever going to happen, it'd be with the win like this. So we'll see what happens going forward.
I think you kind of encapsulated the feeling of like most of the panel perfectly. It's like we get on here every night and we try to feel something about what we just watched, but we just don't. Tonight, I actually felt something because, like you said, it was a playoff intensity game going to overtime. Jaylen Brown hits an absolutely absurd shot after Jimmy hit an absolutely absurd shot. And then just to kind of cap it off with another Jimmy shot similar to the one that he hit to give us the lead in the first place. Like, it was just a game full of storylines that we're going to get to later on after we get to George. Give me your overall thoughts on the game.
This is one of those games where you really needed everything to go right. Everything all right. It's probably the best team in the NBA coming into it. They've been unstoppable. And you had Tyler, Bam, and Jimmy pop off in the same game. We talk all the time that we need Jimmy and Bam to pop off in the same game. There was a point in the game, I think it was just – we had a third quarter. We did. It was a third quarter.
Yeah.
But then Bam was 15-3. And I'm like, come on. I'm like, this is exactly what we're talking about. Jimmy's doing his thing. Tyler's doing his thing. Bam is just, he just couldn't get in the rhythm. But then he hit something. He hit the gas. Averaging 30 over the last 4. Just starts dominating. Realizes there's a 37-year-old Al Horford standing right there in front of him. He's like, I'm going to do something. And he did. He ended the game with 28 and 7. Jimmy's just unbelievable amounts of clutch. I'm so happy he came back. He must have felt something when he got on that plane as well. When he's saying, I'm coming. He was not going to lose this game. He knew for a fact he wasn't losing this game. And Tyler, when I saw that injury happen, I'm like, it's one of those injuries where it could have been something really, really minor, but at the same time, it could have been something, sort of non-contact, maybe something ripped. I was really, really scared that something bad was going to happen to him, but he came back, still balled out, happy with the win. Let's see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it, except for your Tyler Herro agenda. Like I was looking at that ankle like it's a wrap. That's 20 games. Like that's what I was thinking as soon as it happened. He ain't coming back, bro. That's not that boy's soft as Charmin toilet paper. But anyway, I want to thank Darius Jordan for the $10 dono. He said this game was entertaining. Absolutely, Darius, bro. Like it was, bro. Like this is the most entertaining game. And we're gonna start with Jimmy. First game back after a long layoff. And he came back with an absolute bang. The boy Kachi Chisholm said, I don't have any money, but I hope you still put my comment up. Mr. Royal A. Shepherd, you spelled my name right. Kachi Chisholm, you are the homie. I will put your comment up anytime I look at it and think it's good enough to put up. I got James Todd, don't know. I don't think so. Thank you, James Todd, for the $5 dono. I'm sorry that I skipped you, but still I want you to divorce your wife because she's a Golden State Warriors fan, and you don't deserve that, King. He said, Bam is becoming all NBA in front of our very eyes. He looks so confident and the jumper smooth. Also, I will not divorce my wife, jerk. LOL. Damn, bro. How you knew I was going to say that before I even said it, bro? You're a precog. No, we'll get to Bam next, but I want to talk about Jimmy first. First game back, and what a game back he decided to come back. He was killing on the offensive glass, like putting up 25, and then like in the clutch, he did what Jimbo's supposed to do. TJ, talk about Jimmy's game tonight.
Yeah, man. Early, it was looking like he was just kind of letting Kyle and Tyler and Bam just rock. And he was just picking his little spots, get some putbacks here and there, maybe move the ball around. I don't even think he touched the ball until he dribbled the ball until like 3 minutes after the game had started. Like that's not even no exaggeration. And then he starts to do the Jimmy thing. He starts to get downhill. He starts to play bully ball. He's getting to the line. He's getting to the rim. And then he's making jump shots. He's hitting these fadeaways, man. I didn't expect him to look this good after, all the time that he missed, and he's just coming back, bro. And Jimmy is still him. Jimmy's still him. That didn't change, folks. That's not something, that went away, bro. He's still cooking, bro. Like, even it doesn't look like his game's gonna age well. And then he has games like tonight where Boston can't do nothing with him. He's getting to whatever spot he want to get to. He's making whatever shot he want to get. Like, and then what he did in the clutch, bro. He's Jimmy again. Like, he's doing Jimmy things again. When it comes down to you need a bucket, you give it to Jimmy Butler, and somehow, some way, he make that shit work. So, shout out to Jimmy, man. It was good to see him hoop again. Good to see him be good.
Yeah, I forgot who said it, but it was like Jimmy just felt like he wasn't gonna let us lose this fucking game today. Like, it was just like, and then I think Alex said it on another show. There's certain teams who Jimmy do this against. So luckily he came back against Boston, Chicago, Minnesota, teams he hate. He gonna do this kind of shit. If he would have came back on Monday against Memphis, we might not have
14.
You know what I'm saying? 10 shots and just let it be what it was. But you know what I mean? He wasn't letting us go out like that tonight. Stone, talk about Jimmy Butler's game tonight.
Special, man. He's just a special player. I love kind of the ways that he changes up, how high he's going to get his shot off, depending on what kind of defender come out and guard him. I just thought he looked really, really good. Like it was really encouraging to watch. I think one thing I thought that was really awesome was I kind of forgot, and I shouldn't have this, that he can create gravity for other guys in a sense, especially in the pick and roll action with Bam. If they fight really hard to get under Bam and two guys kind of collapse on Jimmy, then Bam can kind of stay there and set a screen for a third guy that comes around. And I saw them do that with Herro once, and Herro hit a big shot off of that. And I just think he's good for the whole team. And it's cool to see him get busy and take over, and that's awesome. I mean, we know he can do that.
One of the things that we saw from Jimmy tonight that we had been talking about Tyler doing was he got out the way for Bam a little bit tonight. Like late in the game, he gave Bam the ball and moved the fuck out the way. I was like, oh, Jimmy was watching the game when he was out. And talk about Jimmy's game, and particularly like just the growth that you saw between the chemistry between him and Bam, him allowing Bam to kind of like do his thing for a little bit.
I actually think a lot of that was more on Bam than Jimmy because Bam gets the same looks every game. He's always going to have that 10 to 15 foot mid-range jump shot because nobody's guarding it. They never guarding it. Lowry always giving it to him right in that spot, but he's been shooting it over the last couple of weeks, and I was so scared that he was going to go away from that with Jimmy tonight. But listen, Jimmy knows that Bam can attack. It's up to Bam to continue to do that, and he did it tonight. That mid-range that he does is so beautiful, and it's such a tough shot too. He'll even take that little jump shot from like 8 to 9 feet out, and to get full extension on a jump shot from a big man at that spot, you have to have a really, really soft touch. So I've been really impressed with Bam that he's been able to do that. But just more on Jimmy, he finally took more shots than Tyler tonight. It seems like every single game, Tyler's a leading shot taker. Jimmy's your best player. This is a game you wanted to win. So I was glad to see him go out there and be really aggressive. And at the end of the day, when your best players play like your best players, you can be, this team can be a really, really good team. Because we all know they got some talented guys on this roster. That tough Jimmy dagger that he hit at the end of the game. Few months too late, a little salty, should have hit it in game 7. But it is what it is, Jimmy. With some luck, maybe you can get back there. But he's him.
Go on another vacation, bitch. I hate you, bro. Like, God.
We was all thinking it. We was all thinking it, Royal.
Go away again. George, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me marvel. He almost broke Al Horford fucking legs at then trying to get out of that jump shot. Get your old ass out the league. Fuck, boy. Bitch. Oh. I want to call you something else, Al Horford, but I'm not finna do it. Let me go on to George. George, talk about Jimmy Butler.
There's this narrative going around that, it's been happening for years now that Jimmy isn't this elite player. And I don't know when they get off saying he's not, saying that he's not elite. I don't know where that comes into play. That's not the problem with the team. The team is, in its own state, but Jimmy himself has taken this team to new heights time and time and time again. He improves people around him. He does everything. He's the perfect teammate. But then that narrative comes around every year that he's just not that elite. He's not that elite. 25, 15, 3 on great shooting as well and winning the game, hitting the clutch shots. What more do you have to do? What more do you have to do? Do you have to do it with 50 points now? Do you have to do it with 4? He's had 40. He did it in playoff games. He did in the finals. So hopefully that whole agenda can go wash itself. He's still an amazing, amazing player. Max trade value, but the stocks are up. The stock is up, but I don't know. No, Jimmy's the guy. Jimmy's him, and he continues to be him. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think there's really much more that we can say from Jimmy. Like, look, I know what he did tonight. Don't expect that on Monday. Jimmy's not going to do that. he's not. But it's like when the moment calls for it, like in a game like this where everybody's kind of getting up for it, like Jimmy can rise to the occasion. We've seen that time and time again. There's no reason to believe that he can't do that in a regular season, even when he doesn't want to. Let's talk about Idris. We were so worried about whether or not this man would continue to take shots when Jimmy got back, and 1 game sample size, but he kept fucking taking them. Like, and he kept certain parts of the game. Like, you saw a bit of time. Like, there was a bit of clunkiness there where it was a bit of deferring, where he's a bit timid. But you saw, like, he got the ball against Grant Williams late in the game. He passed it out a little bit. They gave it right back. All right, time to go to work. And he went to work on that little fucker. That kind of stuff. Keep doing it. Wait, what you showing me? You little bitch. I fucking hate Grant Williams. By the way, I just want to put.
I'm right with you, brother. I'm right with you, brother. I want to be
right there.
I fucking hate Grant Williams. But we ain't talking about fuck ass Grant Williams. We are talking about Bam Adebayo. TJ, we coming back to you, bro. Talk about Bam Adebayo continuing to be Bam with Jimmy.
Folks, I was ready to come on this program, this lovely program we have here, and be very angry. That first quarter, oh my God, that first quarter had me prepared to lose my mind. Bam didn't want to go to the rim. He was handing off. He was screening, didn't want to shoot. And then he started shooting. He started taking a little jump shots. I still wasn't happy about it. I wanted some pick and rolls in there. I wanted him to catch some lobs. I wanted him to get to the rim a little bit. But he was taking shots. And then that third quarter happened. And it was when Jimmy was out, but I think it was Kyle, Gabe, Tyler, Highsmith, and Bam. I think that was the lineup. And Bam started going to the rim and getting fouls and going to the free throw line. I was like, oh, it's happening. And then Jimmy checked back in.
I ain't gonna hold you. Sorry to cut you off so briefly, but we came back in this game when Jimmy was on the bench.
Huh?
Oh, we made our run without 22. And I said it on the timeline, so I said, don't put Jimmy back in. The team was playing well without him. We would have lost if Spo was me. That's why Spo is he. Okay? Don't listen to me, Spo. Listen to you. Put Jimmy back in the game so he can close this motherfucker. But at the time, like, the team was playing well without Jimmy. Like, it looked more so like the last couple of games. So I want you to kind of talk about that. Like, how, did it look like that to you? Like, was it that got Bam into the game, or was it something else?
I mean, I think a big part of it was the Celtics took Jaylen Brown out. So on the defensive end, that made life a lot easier for them. I think Jaylen Brown sat till there was about 4 or 3 minutes left. But I also think that when Bam's being really aggressive and he's getting shots close to the rim, I think it wears guys down. And I think that was another big element of what helped the comeback. And I definitely want to see Bam stay more involved. I'm fine with nights where Bam takes over. It would be really cool to see Jimmy throw some lobs to Bam. I don't know if I can. I think I could count on my hands how many times that's happened. So that's kind of the stuff I'm looking for. When Bam's really cooking, or when he's not even, can Jimmy assume more of a point Jimmy role, as we've kind of seen him do in some other places, but less so here. And, take over the kind of like a point guard role where he's facilitating to Bam, trying to open things up for Bam. I'd like to see more of that personally. But you're right. When Jimmy came out, other guys were doing that or just stepping out of Bam's way, which is equally helpful. And Bam really took charge and said, I'm not going to let y'all lose this game.
No, for sure. What do you think? Lucky_Luciano23 for the 199 dono. He said Kyle Lowry actually looks decent this season. Hey, listen, man.
Don't say that.
What y'all mean?
Don't say that too
loud.
loud.
Like, listen, bro. Listen. We can acknowledge when Kyle Lowry does what he is supposed to do.
Yes. The problem is when we acknowledge Kyle Lowry is doing what he's supposed to do, Kyle Lowry goes back to not doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, we gonna have to talk about it because we ain't have very many players playing like that.
That bench was looking pitiful.
We had 4 guys. And so we gonna spend a lot of this show talking about them 4 guys. Donato, I want you to talk about Bam tonight, bro.
Yeah, this is probably the longest consecutive stretch that we've seen Bam be who we want Bam to be. I mean, we get those 1 out of every 10 games. Maybe you get 2 out of 10, but I mean, we're sitting at probably 4, 5, 6 in a row games where you looked at Bam and you said, damn, that's the dude that I want to see every single night. He takes this team to a completely other level when he is who we think he is. A lot of people were saying that they should still give him the keys. I always said it should be Jimmy's team. I think we kind of saw tonight why that still has to be the case. But regardless, if you got 2 guys like that, what happened?
No, we didn't.
So some people was out there saying that though. Some people.
No, I'm saying like I still think we should give Bam the keys.
Oh, still? Regardless, though, if you have 2 guys that can play at the caliber that they did tonight on a consistent basis, one of the most dominant duos in the NBA. Seriously, just from a versatility standpoint and what Bam gives you out there, and he's doing everything out there, like everything. He doesn't get enough credit for that either. But I love what I've seen from the consistent stretch from him. Certainly not something I expected going into this year, not even to start the year we saw, but I'm starting for the first time to get a little hopeful that he realizes what he can be. We saw the 3-pointer last game, didn't pull one tonight, but he's still taking a lot of jump shots, which is what I like to see because that will open the game up for everybody in the best way possible. So keep it up, Bam. I mean, really, the world is yours. No one can stop you. I want to see him keep it up.
No, for sure. And I think that's been the general hope, but history has not told us to believe that he will. But it's kind of like you alluded to. We've never seen him be like this for this prolonged of a stretch. Like there are now a solid chunk of games where we've seen Bam be one of the more assertive players on the court, and it's kind of like, Don't tease me now. Don't tease me. And then, you feel me? I want to thank my guy, Voodoo. Look, I ain't seen you in a long time, bro. Thank you, Voodoo Visions, for the $9.99. Don't know. He said Bam and Jimmy played well together and both had 25 plus. Felt like it was only happening like three to five times in Heat history. Yeah, I don't know very many games where both Jimmy and Bam played well at the same time. But to get one of them, like, I think the circumstances of this game just kind of perfectly aligned. We're playing Boston. Jimmy just came back. Bam and Jimmy play well together. Tyler plays well. I want to let George get his shit off about Bam before we move on to the next player.
We're about 4 or 5 good Bam games away from Brian ripping up that I am a role player. The meme. That thing needs to go.
You don't know Brian very well.
It is. We are so close. Because this is the game that when in the first half, when, like I said, he took that back seat and he started to look like he was looking like Jonas Jerebko out there for a little while and just playing just what he had to do. It was pissing me off. But then when he took the keys, he took it over and he's like, he needs to get it in that fucking head of his that he can do it. He can be the star. He can be the difference maker. He needs to believe in himself and do it. The fact that Jimmy just probably looked at him and goes, "You have 15. What the fuck are you doing? I'm busting my ass. Tyler's rolled his ankle. You need to step up." And he did. And I'm happy. I'm happy that they can that him and Jimmy had the game, the game that they needed to have tonight. It wasn't just Jimmy taking 27 shots, Bam taking 16, and he misses, 11 of them. I'm just happy that wasn't the case. But he needs to still improve in a whole bunch of categories that like in that first stretch, there's times where you're getting doubled, and you got to find the right pass. You got to be able to play off the defender. He still looks like he just tries to launch into them and just put his shot through the defender. So put one spin move in your game. Please learn how to spin. Learn how to spin once in the post. It'll make you an infinitely better player. Get a bag. But he is him. He is becoming him more than I thought he could.
No, you talk about Bam developing counters to his game down there. Just kind of like when he gets stuck, making sure that he has some like insurance, like the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network. Ooh, you got to catch that. That's Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure that you email or give our guy James Poe a call. Email him at jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Y'all give my dude a call. Lead us up here for a little while, Justin. Even if y'all just need a quote just to see what he's talking about. I need 5 people in the comments tonight just to aggravate the hell out of this man on Monday or tomorrow. Like, call his ass tomorrow and just see what he talking about with this insurance. All right, you can take it down now, bro. Want to thank Pride by thank you. Want to thank Pride by Pat TV, Basement Boy, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said this is the first time Bam, Jimmy, Kyle, and Tyler have a great game at the same time. I think that is a very, very important point that cannot be missed. Like that man, like all of those guys are our guys. And this is kind of like what we, not necessarily what we paid them to be at their baseline, but to have similar levels of production simultaneously, like as like the norm, as the foundation of what this team is supposed to be. And when they do it in a game like this, then it's like, okay, now I want to see it again. Everybody kind of found their spots. And I mainly want to talk about Tyler Herro when it comes to this. And so I'm going to start with you on this. With Tyler Herro, like it felt like he picked his opportunities a lot better in this game, like than he customarily does. Like he didn't hijack the offense. The ball was still moving around. Like talk about Tyler's game tonight and just generally like how his feel was for it.
Yeah, he quite literally played his role absolutely perfectly from the aspect of you want him to be the guy that could score from everywhere. We saw that on the top of the key, wing threes. We saw the mid-range pull-up, driving, floater, literally everything. He had some rough ones coming back in the third quarter, and I was like, here we go again. Got the hot start, only has one good half a game, but he turned it up. And this is the first time I remember looking at Herro after like a big number of game points-wise, and he still shot over 50%. That's just what I wanted to double check because it seems a lot of times I feel like he had a nice night and I'm looking, he shoots like 10 of 25 or something disgusting like that. But he was efficient. You need Herro to be efficient because you got guys in Bam and Jimmy who are better than him who need shots. So if you got Herro out there chucking up a bunch of shots that's not going in, that is a terrible way for this team to win basketball games. So if you can get an efficient Tyler scoring from everywhere, he was straight defensively down the stretch. We saw Tatum.
No, he was not.
But he got the one stop on Tatum. So I want to give credit for that. Now, Tatum missed a wide open layup. So did Tyler have anything to do with that? Absolutely not. He didn't. But listen, I've been really hard on Tyler for his defense because he is god awful, like quite literally the worst you could be on defense. But he got the stop down the stretch. I didn't feel like they were picking on him every single time down the court with success. It was kind of a lot of the other guys.
You said with success. I'm about to say they were literally picking on him every single time down the court.
Whether it was luck, whether it was Tyler, I don't care. You said something good about shameless Highsmith earlier. I don't know what got into you. I think he's a bum on both sides of the court. You'll never hear me say a good thing about that man.
Listen, I'm getting older, so I'm getting sentimental in my old age, bro. Like that's why I'm starting to say nice things about these players as the season go along. I cannot, bro. Like I can't continue to be like this the whole season. So I want you to talk about Tyler Herro and what you saw from him tonight.
I honestly think he could have afforded to take even a further step back. It doesn't have to be a major step back, but I still thought like there were some really bad shots I saw him take tonight. We can eliminate those. Just make a good pass, and that's how we can avoid that. Yeah, he certainly was, but Bam sets a nice screen. Guys got to get paid in this league, and they'll do what it takes. And if it includes merchanting off Bam, I'm sure anyone would do it. But I don't know.
You do it if you was in the league.
I just know I'd never be in the league, so I wouldn't put myself in that position in the first place. But if I was, or if a person with my mindset and better basketball skills was, they would be a freaking Bam merchant all day. And I don't know. I just want to see more Bam and Jimmy. Let Tyler be a third or fourth option to that, sure. But I just want to see Jimmy and Bam run more pick and roll, or Lowry run pick and roll with one of the two of them looking to create a shot for the other one. Like I just want to see those two kind of be the guys we lean on. And then when they need Herro, and because Herro I thought played an awful first half, but in the second half he started to hit some shots. And so like I find that Herro, if he's going to have a good night, it often comes late in the game where he's just kind of hitting these ridiculous shots. And let's just save him for that. Why not just lean on Jimmy and Bam more? Let them get to the line. Let them wear down their defenders. And that'll make the game easier for everyone, I imagine, as it goes on.
I don't know if I necessarily agree that I want him to take even less of a step back. I don't mind Tyler Herro taking the second most shots on the team. I just mind if it comes at the expense of Bam Adebayo. And it didn't come at it like it. If Tyler Herro's taking shots and that's taken away from Bam's game, then I have a problem. But like tonight, like Tyler Herro take all the fucking shots you want. It did not come at the offense's expense the entire game. And so that to me is kind of like where I am with Tyler Herro. TJ, you seem to be agreeing with that notion.
Yeah, that's the point that I was going to make. There are too many times when Tyler Herro has really good games where it feels like Tyler Herro had a really, really great game. And he was the reason, that they won. What you want from Tyler Herro with a guy like Tyler, the way that he plays the game, you kind of want him to be impactful, but you don't want him to be, how do I say this? You don't want to feel like, dag, if Tyler Herro didn't do this, then we wouldn't have a chance to win. You kind of want him to be an addition to what your top players are doing. And hijacking the offense and, stopping the ball and doing all the ISO stuff that he was doing previously, like that's the type of stuff that he can't do. He can't do if you want this team to be successful and to get to that top tier level that you want them to get to. So if Jimmy's going to be good, if Bam is going to be good, if Tyler's taking catch and shoot threes, if he's taking shots within the offense, you still want him to get volume up. That's how he plays. Like they need that. But also if he's taking it within the flow of the offense, then all of a sudden it feels a lot more impactful, and it feels better for him to have 26 this way. And it looks a lot more efficient than to be chucking up 17, 18, 19 shots and you only 9 or 19. And now all of a sudden, yeah, you got 26. But it felt like you had to shoot a lot in order to get that 26 versus the night that he got from, yes, I am from Baltimore, versus the night that he had tonight where everything is clicking, everybody else is playing well, and now Tyler Herro is adding on to that.
Yeah, that is beautifully worded. Like, because that's what you want. Like, you don't want Tyler Herro to be your offense. You want him to be a part of it. And you know what I mean? Use his skill set within your offense. And for a team like ours, that, let's just be honest, like, it's not the most talented team, and Tyler's our one of the more talented players. Like, at times he can look on the court and be like, okay, there's only one person on this court better than me, and they're going to let me shoot, so I'm just going to shoot. But even tonight, like, he was still kind of like moving the ball, letting other people get their shit off. George, talk about Tyler's game tonight, bro.
You guys are disrespectful as hell. He is. No, I'm just joking.
Boy,
this
boy, you see me up here holding it in, George. I'm giving this motherfucker compliments. I am saying nice things about Tyler Herro. I'm trying to lead by example. I want y'all to say nice things. But if you get on here with the bullshit, I get on the bullshit too, George.
Do you not see the photo behind me? I'm paying homage. He's here.
Okay.
He's here. Look, wait. Don't. There. You happy now? He's there.
Bubble Tyler is here.
He's there. Look, Bubble Tyler's back. Okay, this is all. No, I want to go back to something that Sohn said. Sohn said he had a bad first half. He went 7 of 10. How is that a bad first half?
I watched him put a couple of dents in the backboard. I should have been more locked in.
I swear to God, when he makes shots, I reckon you're on your phone. Like, the only times you look up, brick. Oh, it's Herro. 3 missed shots. He played like shit. And it turns out he played 7 of 10. But no, I'm joking. Look, he needs to be able to do what he did tonight, is to hit the shots that we need him to hit, to play off the stars. Twan brought up a good point. We don't want him to have this massive volume where he goes, like 5 of 19 and stuff like that, ends up with 20. It looks good on paper, when you just look at the box score, but until you look at the field goals. But to play off players like Bam, he needs to be able to rely on his offense a lot more. He needs to be able to get his own shot. He needs to be able to do that. The only way you're going to get that is confidence. Confidence comes with good games, playing good throughout the season, the entire time. So if he's going to have to do this to get his confidence up, that's fine. If we can get to a point where Bam doesn't have to stand like a brick wall around every defender, so he has to run around around Bam the entire time, then that's the future that we want with him. If he's going to be here long term, if he's going to succeed long term and give us success, he needs to be able to do these things. So more shots to Mary at the moment. Get his confidence back up. He had a really rough start to the season, injury after injury. It's pissing me off. And then halfway through the game tonight, I thought he was out again, but he didn't. So he played well. He hit the shots he needed to hit. He did start to slow down in the third a little bit, but then that's when Bam took over. When Bam realizes that the boys aren't making shots, when we're not making shots, he can take the keys and take over. And that's exactly what he did. And by the way, Bam's jumper, I know we're talking about Tyler, but Bam's jumper looking sweet.
I disagree with what you just last said. It's not when people are not making shots that Bam can take the keys. Bam can take the keys whenever the fuck he wants to. Like, that is kind of my greater point. Like, it's not just when Jimmy's out, it's when Jimmy's here. You can take the keys to the offense and do whatever you fucking want, bro. You are either our best player or our second best player. So when you get this ball in your hand, it's not when people not making shots. Sure, it's helpful when they're not making shots, but all the fucking time. Get the ball and do what the fuck you want to do with it.
And when he do, the team follow him every time. When Bam get in that mode, they give him the ball and they get out the way. Like,
so I want to make sure. I want to make sure it's a couple of guys that don't get overlooked. Like, I want to make sure that we talk about Kyle Lowry. I want to make sure we get hit on Caleb Martin. I want to talk about Gabe because Gabe was good defensively. What's happening here? This ticker on the bottom. Oh, and you want to talk about Udonis?
Talk about UD.
All right, so you guys can pick a player that we haven't talked about and talk about their game tonight, except for you, Stone. You're fucking talking about Kyle Lowry, and you will say nice things about Kyle Lowry, but you can't pick the same player as somebody else. So we're going to start with Ant Donato. Ant, you get to go first. Pick your player. And don't pick me because Twan already called him.
Nah, it's straight. Am I allowed to ask the Tyler Herro question?
If you want to.
My question
look at you!
I
asking permission.
A couple months, I learned you the boss from right here. Finally learned my place right. Listen, I never understood the whole thing with Tyler about everyone, looking at the Bam screen merchant. He needs a screen to score as a negative. Scoring with a screen is a part of basketball, a major part of it, and he's damn good at it. And guess what? If he's going ISO, what's that mean? Bam standing in the corner being completely worthless? If you run screens with Bam, that adds him as a part of the offense. Now he is part of the dynamic of the offense instead of just standing there watching Tyler go ISO. And guess what? If Tyler uses the Bam screens every single possession, well, now Bam's in position to roll. He's in position to pop. He's in position to go to the rim for a lob, or he gives Tyler an amazing screen to get to his spot. I don't look at Tyler needing a screen as a negative. That's why
it's not entirely a negative. You're absolutely right that every player uses screens to get somewhere on the court. I think the problem that people have with it is that is the only way. Like, if you're going to laud Tyler as this amazing scorer, and the only way that he can get in position to even do his thing is by waiting on Bam to spoon feed him like opportunities, then it takes away from Bam being able to focus on other things like on offense, as opposed to having to start offense from setting the screen for him. Like, it's not a negative per se. It's just, I don't know. Can we talk about this? No.
I feel you, but I was just saying, if Tyler can score ISO, Bam is still sitting in the corner, not being part of the offense. That's all I was saying. But
or he can set an off-ball screen for somebody else.
Sure. They could do a lot of that too, but still, I don't look at it as much as a negative. People act like he sucks because of it. That's just my point. It's a part of basketball. But real quick, though, I just want to talk about Duncan Robinson. I think that bum sucks, and I am so happy this man has not seen the court in last. I'll tell you, I have not been happier just seeing this dude, this bum. I hate every time I see this bum raise up for three, and I know I'm just about to get a little upset every time he does it because he's going to miss. And I'm going to say, this bum hit as many threes as I did tonight, sitting on my couch, except he's getting paid $90 million more than me. And I know my guy Strus has been terrible, but until he gets the bag like Duncan, I'm not going to be mad at him. Strus, go ahead, take 10 threes a game. I don't care if you get paid. I don't care if you make one. You ain't getting paid like Duncan. I'm just real happy to see that bum not getting any minutes because that's what he deserves.
You know, Duncan Robinson slander or strays are always appreciated here at Donato. +3 for you. Stone, go ahead and talk about a player who actually played in tonight's game and then talk about them for a little bit. No, actually, you talk about Kyle Lowry. No, I'm not going to let you off the hook, bitch. I ain't forget. Talk about Kyle Lowry and say nice things about him, Stone.
Yeah, he was 2 for 6 from 3, which might possibly be a career high. I'm not sure. I didn't look into the stats that well. He made more shots than he missed. That's always a good thing. And he waited until the fourth quarter to foul out. He could have easily fouled out before then if he had chosen to. So, I think he was really thinking about the team tonight, and he's just awful at basketball. I can't stand watching him play. When he misses shots, it hurts my soul. When I watch him guarding Jason Tatum, I want to cry. Who does he think he is? Like, why does he pick up these guys that are just way taller than him? I need him off my team so badly. 8 for 13. Is this going to be the peak of his trade value? If so, I need Pat Riley on the phones tonight. I'll get him on the first flight tomorrow. I'll handle the travel arrangements. But it's time for him to go. Because even in a game where they're good and they play well and he's decent, like, he still fouls out. And he gives up points to guys that are just better than him and more athletic than him.
Stone. Bro, I'm never letting you talk about Kyle Lowry again, bro. You are not shit. TJ, please talk.
I'm glad you came to me next, Royal. Udonis Haslem. My God. I was watching the timeline in unison, just absolutely destroy this man. For some of the worst minutes I've ever seen a day in my life. The man was running back on a fast break, and I wanted him to jump up for a chase down simply to watch the chaos that would ensue after. This image is going in the Hall of Fame. This is the greatest image I've ever seen a day in my life. Udonis Haslem is hot garbage. Not only is he bad, but he's old. He looks old. He moves old. His shoes look old. He ties his shoes old. Like, bruh, it's so bad. And I feel bad watching him, bro. I really do. I really feel bad watching Udonis Haslem minutes in an NBA basketball game when you're getting beat off the dribble consistently by every human. That Al Horford can beat this man off the dribble. Who's the dude who jumps in the middle of the lane? The guy who we don't know, who don't serve no purpose, but just to be big as fuck. Yeah, Cornette can beat UD off the dribble. I watched Grant Williams put this man in a blender off a step back, and I said, thank you, Grant Williams. You're doing the Lord's work. Because this man is I never want to see another minute. Shout out to my dog, Jovic. I don't know what he did. I think Spo might be a little racist because that man cannot get off the bench to save his life. And he watches UD minutes in practice. He watches him on the court. And for some reason, Jovic still can't get out there. Spo, you need to answer for your crimes.
Oh, my God, bro. I'm sorry to do this to you, Georgie, old boy. Go ahead, George. You pick your player. You talk about it.
How the fuck am I supposed to follow that? I'm not.
You just go for what you know. Head first.
That is insanity, mate. I just want to put one more thing about Haslem on there. Haslem makes Simbula, the 7'6", 350-pound Indian man that played 5 games for the Sacramento Kings, look like Usain Bolt. That man, in that very moment.
Yo, that is a name.
That's a reference.
Simbula. If you put that graphic back on where he's guarding Jason Tatum, in that very moment, you can see the look on UD's face. You can see he is so angry at Spo. What the fuck am I still doing on the court? Why am I guarding MVP candidate Jason Tatum on his path to 49? Why have you done this to me? He is pissed off. I want to talk about Max Strus. You know why? Because very much like this game, when we win and everything looks like sunshine and rainbows, everything looks fine, fantastic, until we see the problems again. We were about to pay this man. People were arguing, were pandering, were excited to pay this man $14, $15, $16, $17 million a year in an extension because he looked great in that stretch of 3 games. He went 1 for 6 tonight. More recently, he's played like ass. High volume, doesn't provide anything when he doesn't score. Sound like somebody? Yes. Duncan Robinson sounds like the exact same player. Don't make the same mistake twice. That players come and go. You will find them somewhere else.
I want to talk about Gabe Vincent, who was also 1 for 6 from the floor, 1 for 5 from 3. He was absolutely horrendous on offense, but defensively, a lot like the boy Shameless Highsmith, he was elite, bro. You know what I mean? He did a damn good job on defense. Shameless, I don't like calling him elite in any facet of the game, just being real with you. But boy played 28 minutes.
God damn, Spo!
Bro, Spo, he's the leading minutes getter off the bench. Want to put that out there. But yeah, I feel like we talked about enough players, bro. I want to get to some greater themes for the season. One before we get to the next game, and I think it's a question that's on everybody. Don't you get the fuck, bro? Like, no, don't put that shit on full screen, bro. I want to get to a question that pretty much everybody got on their mind right now. Everybody gonna have an opinion on: is this believable or is it bullshit? Have the Heat turned the fucking corner? Exactly. Show your pride in your country, George. Have the Heat legitimately turned the corner because we've now seen a couple of games where they played well, or is this bullshit? Are we going back to what we saw like in the first couple of weeks? I'm going to start with Stone.
It's a tough position, I think, to kind of evaluate right now. We've only seen one game with Jimmy back in the fold, and this is a game obviously they were going to play up for. I think one thing I'm kind of worried about in the back of my head is I felt like, last year's team and the team 2 years before that, I felt really confident in depth. At least maybe I was dreaming. Maybe I shouldn't have felt confident in the depth, but I now know what awful depth looks like, and it is this team. And it's just like, it's not even a talent level. Sometimes it's like your center and your backup center grabbed 3 fouls each in the first, I forget how many minutes it was because the refs are being some hoes. Like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, what I would do is put Jovic in, but, the man put The man put Father Time in, and Father Time is finally ticking out, thankfully. And I think that it is believable. I think that they can have this result more nights than not. When you think about the rest of the league, team by team, it's just a matter of can all these guys stay healthy or not and play together. And that's kind of been their biggest challenge, being together. So that's what we're going to have to see be different this time around.
So, Stone, I want you to pay attention to how this panel play out, and you can see how I set you up. George, is this believable or is this bullshit?
As much as I want to believe, but fuck me dead. What is that? The great Carly from SC, man. That I love so much.
I had to whip that up. I had to whip that up real quick, George. I had to whip that up real quick.
That is beautiful, and thank you very much.
You got Ant and Justin going Jordan Pippen with their graphics right now, bro. You got to be careful out here in these streets, what you said. Go ahead.
All right. As much as I want to believe it, this is the problem. This is the issue. When you have shit depth and an injury-ridden roster, and they're old and aging, some of them, the margin of error is so low, they have to play a perfect game. When are we going to see again? This is my question. When are we going to see a 12 of 21 shooting night from Jimmy, 10 of 18 from Bam, 10 of 19 from Kyle Lowry, from Tyler Herro, 8 of 13 from Kyle Lowry? How often are we going to get that? Twice a week, twice a month, twice a year? When the fuck are we going to see this? The problem is, if we had the talent, if we had the depth, if we had these other capable, competent scorers, people who can get rebounds, who can do this and that, more than one thing. We can't just keep getting Haywood, Highsmith, who can only defend, Max Strus, who can only put up shots, Gabe Vincent, who can only, what is that? I'd pay 100. Oh my God.
This is one of my number one ops. The Atlanta op, Check the Gamer. He's a hoe, bro. But continue your point. I'm sorry.
Anyway, if we get these players, these type of players, if we upgrade on the talent, then I can say, you know what, this team has a better chance of doing better things. But at the moment, that was a perfect game. And by the way, we haven't mentioned it yet. Jason Tatum went 5 of 18 after coming off 49 against us.
Stone, we was going to get out of here without talking about that.
But are they going to play the Celtics every night?
I got your back, Stone.
We're going to get out of here without talking about that.
All right, that's it. That's my segment rep. Take me off the air. I'm done.
You didn't answer my question, though. Is it believable or is it bullshit?
No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. This is crap. Stop being blinded by the light.
I'm not blinded at all, my brother. I am performing. I am doing a show. Now put back the curtains. I am in character. I know what I really think. I know what I'm finna get on here and say. I am lying to make the season go along, George. This is what has to happen in order for this to work. I have to take on whatever game we played, take on that persona for the game. So this game we won against the number 1 seed in the East. So I have to paint the picture. Hey, guys, we could potentially, only for you guys to swat it down inevitably, because we all know what this really is, George. Thank you for ruining my performance.
Did I break the fourth wall? Did I ruin this?
Yes, you did. We would talk about this in your quarterly evaluation.
It's been great knowing you all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we packing kangaroo jackass up. Let's talk. No, put him back. He ain't packed up yet. He got to finish the show. Is this believable or is this bullshit?
Royal, I don't care if you being real fake, pulling back the curtain, doing a performance. That is a dumbass question. We just sat here and said, for the first time, our 4 best players played good on the same night. For the first time. And you over here asking me if this is sustainable, if this is believable. Hell no. No. Bro, Highsmith, the dude is barely an NBA player. He led our team in minutes off the bench. He led our team. Udonis Haslem, I love the man. But he should not be a rotation player. The dude was getting DMP's old age 5 years ago. and now he's playing. And you asking me if this is believable? Go on, Twan. It's a dumbass question.
Hey, bro, listen. Again, this is what you call content creation, fellas. When you know the answer to a question, you ask it anyway because we have to fill an hour. You know what I'm saying? And talking about the game got boring to me, so I pivoted to this prior to doing our last segment, which is picking the next game. You know what I mean? It's called, you saw Twan, Eurostep. Huh? You know, this is how I navigate this show. I'm sorry, audience. I'm so sorry.
They ain't used to your bag.
They're not professional. They're not professional
right.
yet. So, you know what I mean? I'm this is on the job training. So, fellas, are we?
You have free game roll.
So, listen, bro. Anybody can do this. I'm a regular guy who talks on YouTube, who yells into a microphone. If y'all want to get y'all a podcast, get y'all a podcast. Anywho, we're back in character. In 3, 2, 1. All right, Twan. Is this believable or is this bullshit, bro?
You know, the thing about it, Royal, thing about it is this is what the Miami Heat do every year. They fool you niggas every single time. And so guess what? They gonna do it again. Oh, it's the greatest win of the year. Oh, this team is playoff bound. Oh, Jimbo is back. Bam is hooping. We got Tyler. Kyle is playing great recently. Oh, and then it's coming. The fall is coming, lady. They might even beat Memphis. Oh, but the fall is coming. This team is going to lose 5 games straight to some god-awful team, and the Wemby agenda will be back. And I can't wait. I hope y'all ain't getting high. Enjoy the win. Don't get me wrong. There's ebbs and flows in the season. You feel me? It can't always be doom and gloom. There got to be some dubs in there.
Ride the wave, bro.
You know, ride the wave. But I'm letting y'all know, spoiler alert, I hope, don't quote me on this, you know. Don't want to spoil the end of the season, but the roster is still a whole lot of mid, you know. We still got Haywood Highsmith minutes. Like, he's not good at basketball. UD is still playing. He shouldn't be playing basketball, you know. And this is your Miami Heat. This is the product they putting on the court. So enjoy the wins. Enjoy this Celtics win. But when they get beat by 30 to Sacramento, I don't want to hear everybody pivoting to maybe they should blow it up. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your dub, but the fall is coming very soon.
Now, George, well, this is called me leaning into my bullshit. Fuck what y'all talking about. Miami has turned the corner, and this is who the fuck they are now. Okay? Jimmy, back. Bam, back. And he. Kyle Lowry, 20 every game for the rest of the season. I saw you, Clapstone. That one was specifically for you. Tyler has found a way to fit into the offense. If Tyler can help them produce the same ball movement that they were producing with Max Strus, then this team ceiling just got a whole lot higher. Okay, we've seen them kind of prove themselves against the best team in the league. Now other teams, now they have a blueprint for how they should play to be competitive with other people. You did? And seen.
I actually agree with that.
Some of it is like, that's how you do it though. You root your bullshit in some level of truth. Which is, if like, yeah, I can see the vision. It just ain't gonna happen. Because that's not how Tyler Herro play basketball. He's not gonna keep playing basketball like this. Eventually, that motherfucker gonna take 26 shots to get 26 points. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 dono. He said Lakers won against the Bucks, so clock is right twice a day. I don't think that's a turning point, but it was a great Heat win, and that's what it is. We ain't taking Lennon. We know, we know full well Miami is not gonna tank. That does not mean that they shouldn't. Like, it just, that's not what it means. But listen, bro. Either way, it don't matter. Miami won tonight. They're the best team in the league. We're winning the fucking title. My boy Witness. Hey, speaking of, we got the 2 hosts of Witness Weekly. We got Ant Donato and we got my boy George down here. So when is the next episode of Witness Weekly for them?
Tomorrow. Nah, I'm bullshitting. I don't know. I gotta schedule it, man. I was out of town all last week. I'm back now, though. We'll talk.
No, it's okay. George, tell me what y'all talked about on the last episode of the Random Scrub Heat podcast.
How we're closing it down. I'm joking. Last time we spoke, this was actually 2 weeks ago before Thanksgiving and everything like that. We had lost a bet. I had to put that ugly ass wig on. It's over there somewhere. The one that Justin took the screenshot and made me look like a meth head. In that, I look terrible. But it's funny as hell. You should definitely check it out. We're coming soon with a new video. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have to watch it because if you don't, I'm gonna be very upset. And when Australians get upset, you don't want to fucking see it. And Ant might cry. You don't want to miss that.
Come out
Ant
and
might
all.
cry.
Boy. The boomerang's coming
cry.
out for your ass out here, boy. When you make them Aussies mad, boy. The boomerang coming out. So we got the next game. We playing Memphis. Listen, bro. That boy go Crocodile Dundee on your ass. Go. That's a boomerang? What is that? Oh,
did you just say, is that a boomerang?
Wicked. I don't know what they call it in Australia, bro. That's
what do you mean?
You almost killed yourself just then, boy.
That's one of those toys that Lowe sells.
And he would beat you to death with it.
We playing Memphis on Monday. Stone, the boy feeling good.
I'm not gonna feel good till I see Jovic minutes. Who I gotta kill to get Jovic minutes? Tell me. I'll put the hit out on them. I mean, it is. I don't. Who knows? I mean, probably it might be nice. Maybe I saw an article that he's been the one holding Bam back, but that's a conversation for another day. I feel good about them stacking a couple wins here. Their schedule looks pretty easy. My guess, like coming up, and so my guess is that they probably have some sort of like team goal that they're gonna kind of dominate. I know y'all are celebrating that they're gonna lose these games, but
no,
y'all are celebrating
the
that.
buttholes in the baby. The giggle bitches is back, baby. That's how we know we cooking, boy. When y'all lovely, sexy zeros and ones get here, we know we doing something. My bad, Stone. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I mean, Ja probably gonna have 60, but we'll see. It'll be one of those games, whatever you want that to mean.
Fuck what y'all talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. It ain't that part of the show yet. George, the boy feeling good?
Jimmy Butler's going to see his new home when we send him to Memphis. And we're going to get auditions for a whole bunch of players and pick. George. Don't you get on here spitting. I'm sorry, like that. I have sinned. No, you didn't. Do it again. What you said? One more time. We're going to have a really good game and win by 35. That's what's going to happen.
No. And what else? You said what Jimmy going to be doing?
So Jimmy's not going to be playing next week. All right. He's going to take time off.
Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me, George.
He's going to Memphis.
How many picks?
Four picks.
And
4 second-round picks. I'm talking 2 pick swaps. Tyus Jones plays there. We're going to have Danny Green come and enjoy his last year on the Heat. No, but we're releasing him on his contract.
Leave him over there.
He's going back to the Clippers.
I'm gonna stop you while I'm talking, George. You done. At Donato, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a different spin on this. I think they are gonna win, partly because I do agree with what TJ was saying earlier, that they're gonna have some kind of collapse sometime soon. But in order to have some kind of great fall, you got to build yourself up a little bit. They really haven't had that super long winning streak yet. I'm talking 6-7 games. They were rolling really well tonight. Bam's in a groove. They hard to stop when he's playing like that. I think they're going to go on a little bit of a run, convince everybody, and it's going to be just after the trade deadline. They're going to do something stupid and buy in on a Jay Crowder, and then they're going to suck, get kicked out in the first round, and we're going to be back to doing what we was all saying. So next game is looking positive, though.
I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna do that anyway. No matter what, we're going to do us each and every fucking time. Y'all, that's one thing y'all ain't never got to worry about. When we get ready to, don't worry about it. Y'all know, because we gonna get to doing it. TJ, the boy feeling good?
I don't need my personal agenda is in the mud right now. They're winning basketball games. So with that being said, the boy isn't feeling good. They're gonna go into Memphis. Is it in Memphis or is it in Miami? Who cares what the hell? It don't even matter what the hell the game is.
Not at this point. It don't.
It's gonna be a dub. The Heat gonna win for no reason other than to destroy any agenda that I have. Jimmy's gonna have about 30. I think Bam Adebayo is gonna continue his ascension and continue the leap that he's on. Tyler Herro is, well, I don't even know if he's gonna show up to work, but nevertheless, we move. Them boys gonna get a dub. They're gonna win by like 15. It's gonna be a good dub, and y'all gonna fall for it again. So
yes, indeed. Lull me to sleep, Miami, because y'all about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Jamal is gonna have 75 points. I already know that. Like, we don't have no answer for that. But it don't matter because we got Jimbo and we got Bam, and they don't have nobody on their roster who can guard either one of them. So that is, they don't that's just legit. They cannot guard them. Kyle might struggle. That's going to be a tough game for him. But I'm interested to see what form Tyler Herro takes in this game. He's going to have some opportunities. Like, he's going to have some, and I'm interested to see whether or not he's going to, like, force the issue, trying to shoot the ball, trying to be a scorer, or is he going to continue playing like this, like, background level support player role, which I believe has been helping the team tremendously since he's been back. He hasn't tried to, like, take over too many games. And I'll put it like that. He's letting Jimmy and Bam be the stars, and he's getting their way fit in. So if he continues that trend, then this could be something nice. When I say the Heat gonna blow it out, I mean that they're gonna win by 5 points. Like, that's as much leeway as I can give this team at this point. Oh, they blew Boston ass out tonight. They blew their ass smooth fuck out. Convincing victory. Motherfucker ran away with the game, if you will. But like that, I don't give a fuck. They played well tonight. I'm happy. I get to go to sleep happy. Doesn't mean that they aren't going to hurt me later. It's okay. It sounds like I could voice the Cookie Monster. I'll do that for you another time. I am very good in impressions, bro. They made me, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I can do it, bro. But yeah, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun.
You gonna do a Cookie Monster impression? That's crazy.
Not on stream.
What else? Bag that extensive, Royal. You got Cookie Monster impressions in the bag.
You said impressions plural. Who else you do?
Yeah. I got a Duffy bit out. Like, I got a Duffy. Like, I could just do them, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So thank you guys in the comments. I already said that part. Fuck y'all again. Thank you to my boy Ant. Thank you to George. Thank you to Stone. Thank you to King TJ. And of course, I never really thank my boy, but he be saving my ass sometimes. Thank you to Cain Justin in the back on the ones and twos. So shout out to boy Justin. I hope we just got a regular one tonight, but I never know what's going to happen. Play the video, Justin.
It's not going, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey, come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul. So when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.